Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tom-Pow, your humble servant and super chairman of the Federal Reserve, and today I would like to welcome you all to a meeting to discuss the minutes of the Open Federal Market Committee. As always, it is my pleasure to have this opportunity to engage in an open and candid discussion with my esteemed colleagues. As we gather today, we find ourselves in an unprecedented economic environment. It has been 1 month since our last meeting minutes, and we are facing significant challenges that have rocked the economy. Inflation pressures have remained elevated, and many banks have become insolvent, leading to systematic risks in the financial system. As a result, the Federal Reserve has been forced to intervene, and we have taken unprecedented actions to provide support for the economy. Looking ahead, we recognize that the path remains highly uncertain, and we face difficult decisions as we navigate these challenging times. In light of recent events, this meeting may be the last interest rate hike we implement for some time, as we focus on providing stability and support for the economy. We must be vigilant and carefully balance the risks of inflation and unemployment, while also ensuring the safety and soundness of the financial system. I want to assure you all that here at the Super Federal Reserve, we are committed to our mandate of promoting maximum employment, price stability, and 420 Blaze It. We will continue to monitor developments closely and adjust our policy stance as appropriate to achieve our objectives. I look forward to a productive and insightful discussion with you all today as we work to navigate these challenging times. Thank you. I will be taking questions, and first, Gina. Ha! Tom-Pow joining us again. Guys, I don't know how I book him. I'm not nearly famous enough to get that guy on here. But as you can probably tell, I'm a little hyped. Did a little homework. I'm ready to rock and roll. Today we have at 2 p.m., so that does not give us much time, the minutes of the last FOMC meetings notes, essentially a summary, the insider scoop. Now, we did this last month. It is hype. It is fun. It is interesting. This month's minutes going to be even larger, even more impactful in my opinion, because we've seen, as Tom-Pow so intelligently put, many systematic risks evolve in a very short period of time. And so we're going to have a lot in these minutes. We're going to see what they were thinking beforehand. I have behind me, really quick, links in the video description below. Bitcoin 2023, there is a link for tickets. I will be there in Miami May 18th, as well as NFT Talon in Estonia on May 8th. I didn't really plan on talking about that yet. I just realized that was behind me, so I guess I'll just roll with it. Let's see. Also, shout out to our sponsor, Fair Desk. Sign up using my link. We will be doing a giveaway in this stream as we do every stream. All I have to do is sign up with my link, and I've commented on the previous stream, and we'll use a random comment picker to dole out some dollars. Let's see how hype it gets. I know we have over 500 viewers already. I'm expecting to double that at minimum by the end of this stream. So lots of people out there, lots of potential. Also, follow me on Twitter. I've never shilled myself on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at Tom Crown Crypto. We've got much more important things to talk about today, though. Shilling stuff, sponsors, whatever, man. We have big, big stuff. So we have been speculating that, or I have, that the Fed actually might be pivoting here. We might see no interest rate hike. I don't want to contradict Tom-Pow. He's a much greater expert than myself. But it is a possibility, and it's the first time since over a year ago the Fed began increasing interest rates. Now, if you're not familiar with what's been happening, think of it this way, or I'll put it simply. As interest rates go up, the cost to borrow money goes up. Banks, while seemingly not taking on risk, pretty much overloaded or overexposed themselves to long-term bonds. And as the price to borrow goes up, this is putting those bonds underwater. This is essentially, wow, I just shaved a little bit. I got a bunch of hairs in my mouth. Awesome. Putting banks at risk. And the problem is systematic, as Tom-Pow said. When one bank goes down, it creates problems for others. The cost of lending is continuing to increase with these rate hikes, and so it might make sense that they will stop them. I'm not sure. We'll find out in 4 minutes when it comes out. I do have ChatGPT ready and prompted to try to break down the minutes for us in real time as fast as possible. But before this comes in, let's look at our Fed Rate Tool Monitor. Fed Rate Tool Monitor is saying a 28% chance of no interest rate hike, 71% chance of 25. This is pretty much what the market has been looking at since last month, 25 BPS. What's really interesting is during January, February, March, these things were all over the place. They were more volatile than Bitcoin. We saw all kinds of probability swings. What I do like is we're not seeing a huge swing today. We do have the FOMC meeting where they will announce this. That will actually be on May 2nd. I believe it's May 2nd or 3rd, where we'll actually get the answer to this. So we're going to keep a close eye on this over the next 3 weeks. Something's telling me we're going to see the pivot. And the Fed FOMC notes, it's a whole mouthful to say. These notes will give us insight as to what they were thinking last month. Now, an interesting thing that we'll point out while we still have like 60 seconds before these come out is that the Fed was completely aware of the impact this was going to have on banks. In fact, it would be insane to claim that they didn't. So as they increase rates, and if they do so in May again, we're going to see them knowingly collapse more banks, I think is the best way to put it. This isn't a mystery. This is their job, basically, to know. So I'm hoping we get some spice. I'm hoping we get some market action. I do have our typical chart pulled up. Let me pull up the FOMC chart where we have marked. Which one is it? Oh, no, I just pulled it up today, and now it's gone. I swear I did my homework, guys. I swear. All right, there it is. Oh, gosh. There we are. I have our typical chart pulled up, and you can see we are approaching these minutes quickly. And my computer's a little frozen. That's not good. It's not good. I have the white line here, as always, marking out when the notes are published, the same as we do for the FOMC meetings. And we are literally 1 minute and 42. Oh my God, I'm never shaving before the stream again. They're everywhere. 1 minute and 42 seconds until it is released. And oh man, it's going to get spicy in here. So guys, if you are here today, and I know there are lots of you, yeah, there you go. Numbers just blasted up. We only have 200 likes. Let's get that up to at least 1,000. Shout out to Pajarki, by the way. Lord Jockey, gifting out hundreds of memberships, thousands of memberships actually over the last few months, even a few hundred before the stream started. So if you got a membership gifted to you, you'll notice you now have access to some pretty sweet emojis. I want you to put some of those emojis in the chat. Show us you're here. Engage with the stream. If he gives away more, engaging with the stream makes you more likely to receive them. And engagement is liking, subscribing, sharing, voting in the poll, chatting while live, etc. So that's what YouTube says. They're random. Let me put I forgot to put the links, man. I'm just hype. I'm ready to go. Fairdesk link is in the chat. Join the Discord. If that link doesn't work for whatever reason, I'll put a different one in there at some point. Or Pickle, you can do that for me if you'd like. You can generate one and put it in the chat. So we have not a lot of time. I have the Fed site pulled up. I'm probably way over how many tabs I should have open at once. So pray not only to the spice gods today, but pray to the ISP gods that my connection holds true. We are coming in quick. All right, 1, 2, how many tabs do I have open? I have ChatGPT ready to go because it's way too much for anyone to summarize live. Hopefully that'll be a good tool. I've never done this before successfully. Never done that before successfully. Let's look really quick. Bitcoin. I wanted to look at funding. I noticed last night we're seeing some really negative, heavy funding. That is bullish. I like it. We haven't seen this in some time. I do have some trades open, but we're going to have to go over those later in the stream. Unfortunately, we don't have time right now, but we will. We will get to them. So without further ado, let me try to pull this up. Let me get a little tunage on perhaps. And let me also try to find the link I had open earlier. Here we go. This is the Fed site. This is where the minutes should be published. I'm assuming after 2 p.m., all of a sudden this will pop up right here. It is 2 p.m. Wow. It's like magic. There it is. Boom. Boom. So let's pull up the PDF version. They are live. They have just hit. So literally, we are some of the first people to look at this within seconds. So let me see how I can summarize this or how I can feed this to ChatGPT. Recent developments in the banking sector. So I asked, I'll go through this afterwards. I asked ChatGPT how I should do this. And this is how it said to do it. Do it section by section. And provide a little context, and hopefully just the heading is enough context. So we've got that. 1, 2, 3. How many? 4, 5, 6. Dang, this is so long. Let me say part 2. Okay. So recent, let's start with it. It's going to make me look really smart as I pull this up. So recent developments in the banking sector summary. The vice chair for supervision, actually, pull this over here, for supervision, provided an update on the banking sector discussing the recent developments at Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, Credit Suisse. He mentions actions. Wait, was this before? Someone tell me the date. Was this before they collapsed? Because I noticed Credit Suisse is involved, yet Credit Suisse actually didn't collapse, collapse overseas, but Silicon Valley and Signature did. He mentioned actions taken by the Federal Reserve and other regulatory agencies in response to these developments, assuring, of course, as always, they're always assuring us that the U.S. banking system remains sound and resilient. The Fed chair will lead a review of the supervision of the regulation of these banks with the aim to apply any lessons learned to improve the Federal Reserve's response. Okay, let's go to page 2. Oh, no, that didn't work. This is not as easy as one might imagine. Part 2. Part 2 is right here. It can only take like 2,000 characters at a time, and so it's not easy. This has got to be like tens of thousands. There we go. Part 2. Part 2 is developments in financial markets and open market operations. So let's summarize this thing. Let's pretend I read this really fast. So during the intermeeting period, U.S. financial markets experienced interest rate increases, lower equity prices, and reduced treasury yields due to stronger than expected data and policy communications, as well as developments in the banking sector. Treasury market liquidity was poor and volatility was high, leading to wider spreads for household and business borrowing. Financial conditions tightened considerably, and the bank system developments may result in a decrease in bank lending. I think that it's obvious. Market-based measures of inflation compensation increased over shorter horizons, but remained. Oh, let's also have our chart up here. Yeah, this is how smart I am. I'm summarizing this very complex article, and I'm watching the charts. We're not seeing a lot of movement yet. Bitcoin up a little bit, dollar down a little bit, stocks up a little bit. Let me continue. The federal funds rate was expected to peak in May of 23. Interesting. That is the next FOMC. So in last meetings, discussions beforehand in the notes, they were saying that they expected the peak to be in the next meeting. That is May 3rd, May 2nd. And the target range will likely move lower afterward. These minutes are actually very big. That's actually very big now. These are impactful because they didn't actually say these things during the FOMC. Maybe these minutes are spicier than the meetings. And money market rates remain stable. The use of the new bank term funding program was small compared to the record high discount window borrowing. The overnight reverse repurchase agreement facility saw reduced use. I believe that's changed since then, as supply for short-term securities attractive rates increase. That makes sense. What is our next section here? Not a lot of movement on markets, not a lot of volatility yet. We're going to go through this, and we're almost done, actually. ChatGPT is nailing it. Part 4, I just have to feed it. ChatGPT is nailing this. We're almost through. We're on page 4, man. If we were to do this by hand, we would be, I don't know, like 3 sentences in. 3 sentences in. But we will go over the charts afterwards. Part 3 continued. Okay. I'll just summarize. Maybe I'll just have the chart up as I summarize. Very low volatility here. You know what wouldn't be surprising, though, is if we don't get a larger kind of move, a lot of swing as we usually do. Might make sense because these are very hard to sift through. That's what I'm saying is we might be the first people actually digesting these, literally live. We were the first people streaming the FOMC meetings. Now we're going to be the first ones delivering the breakdown. So part 4, staff review of the economic situation summary. The economic review indicated tight labor market conditions. Let me really quick check the chat because I never know when something's really bad. It's like I'm muted or something. Okay, it doesn't look like anybody's saying they can't hear me or it's echoing. The dollar is tanking, hasn't really moved. Solar, dude, isn't there a summary to this report? Literally, we are summarizing this live. I'm not reading this report word for word. This is summarized live. Okay, so the economic review indicated a tight labor market conditions in January and February, strong job gains, low unemployment. Consumer price inflation remained elevated, PCE price inflation at 5.4 in January. Real GDP seemed modest in the first quarter. Wage growth indicators showed a slowdown but remained high. Unemployment rates for people and minorities were still above the aggregate measure. Interesting inclusion. Customer spending increased in recent months. Businesses' fixed investment growth slowed. Manufacturing output expanded moderately. Long-term inflation expectations remained stable. Near-term expectations decreased. The Fed was looking for a near-term decrease in inflation, but their long-term expectations unchanged. Oh, crap. I am multitasking like a champion. There we go. Little bit of upside still. We are on the 5 minute. Let's get down to the 1 minute charts here to make things real crazy. We have Bitcoin on top, the dollar in the middle, and stocks or the S&P 500 on the bottom. Not a lot of movement here. Part 4 continued. Near-term indicators such as national and regional indexes for new orders pointed to softening in factory outputs. Nominal U.S. international trade deficit registered a record high in 22. The deficit had been narrowing since March of last year. Come on. Where's the spice? Indicators suggested that foreign economic growth rebounded in the first quarter of 23 as China reopened rapidly from its COVID-19 related shutdowns and economy proved to be resilient. I wonder if that's just because the data it's looking at is like 2019. I am feeding it the article, so it shouldn't be falling back in its own data. It should be pulling from the article. Oil prices edged down despite China rapid reopening. Nope, that's definitely old. Near-term indicators suggested factory output softening. Manufacturing activity in emerging Asia showed signs of recovery after a slowdown in mid-22. Banking sector developments contributed to tighter financial conditions abroad. Many foreign central banks continued their monetary policy tightening with some pausing. Okay. Let me see. We have one more section. Let's look at let's skip one section. Let's do the staff economic outlook because I have a feeling that will be the spiciest. That'll be the spiciest. Let's see what they have to say about what's to come. There we go. And as our AI assistant is figuring out what it's going to say, looking at the charts here, very low volatility. Bitcoin almost exactly where it started. This is not what we have seen in the past. The dollar is showing a little bit of weakness, but reminder, guys, we are really zoomed in. It's barely moved. We are going to look at zoomed out versions of these charts. We are going to assess the dollar and Bitcoin. We're almost done getting through the minutes, but that's the main thing today anyway. Let's see. The outlook for the economic staff. Staff's projections for the U.S. economy included a mild recession starting later in the year due to recent banking sector developments, no surprise, with a recovery expected over subsequent 2 years. Looking for a 2-year recovery. Real GDP growth in 24 is projected to be below potential output, not so great. Unemployment rate expected to rise above its natural rate in early 24. So that does line up with a lot with what they were saying. Unemployment, inflation, these numbers aren't where we are wanting them to be, but we expect that into 24. Total PCE price inflation forecasted 2.8% this year, core inflation at 3.5%. Core inflation is expected to slow sharply next year, and both total and core PCE predicted to be near 2% in 2024 or 25. That seems like hopium to me. The stats assessed that uncertainty around the baseline projection is much greater than in the previous forecast, with risks determined significantly by banking conditions and their implications on the financial conditions. The risk around the baseline projection could be tilted to the upside or downside for both economic activity and inflation. Sounds like just some uncertainty. Participants' view on current conditions and the economic outlook. That is a really, really long one. That is a really long one. I don't know if we want to do all that. It'll take me like a long time even to copy paste it. Undertake. Let's do just these cliff notes here. At the conclusion of the discussion, effective March 23, undertake open market operations as necessary to maintain the federal rate target fund of 4 3/4 to 5%. Interesting, they're hinting at the terminal rate. Conduct standing overnight repurchase agreement and operations with minimum bid rate of 5%. Conducting standing overnight repurchase agreement operations of 4.8%. Okay, that's just a lot of words. These are supposed to be summaries, little highlights. Rollover at the auction. Reinvest into agency mortgage-backed securities. The Federal Reserve's holding of agency debt and agency MBS received each calendar month that exceeds a cap of $35 billion. Allow modest deviations from stated amounts for refinements. Engage in dollar roll and coupon swap transactions as necessary to facilitate the Federal Reserve's agency MBS transactions. There's a lot. This is why no one has a summary yet. It's 11 pages. Of course, the first 2 are just names, but it's 11 pages. We've summarized so far up to here. I don't know. You guys want to keep going? It is a little dry. Do you want to do the next like 2-3 pages, or you want to just get into the charts? What do you think in chat? Let me read the chat. Let me pull the chat up. We've been live 20. Has it been 22 minutes? Holy hell. Holy hell, it's been 22 minutes. Tom-Pow is just so awesome to have him here. Guys, please, for the sake of everything, let's get those like buttons up. Let's smash them. If you're out there and you haven't hit the like button, destroy it. Show it no mercy. No mercy for the like button. 0. Obliterate it. I want 1,000 likes. Easy. Low numbers. Let's get 2,000. I don't know. Tunes never came on. Duh. This player, man, he used to be so good. I need some tunes. There we go. Double check volume. Volume seems good. We've got over 2,000 viewers. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of viewers. Quite a lot of viewers. Well, it's great to have everyone here. I got the chat pulled up. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, of course. Of course. Like. Did I just say Tom-Pow? Dude, Gregzilla, did you miss Tom-Pow? DVR's enabled. Go back to the start. Go back to the start of the stream. You missed him? Most people just tune in for Tom-Pow. I don't even understand. Charts, is that the summary? I just summarized most of it for you guys. There's about 2 pages left, maybe. We can continue summarizing, or we can get the charts. Tell ChatGPT to summarize it in 1 page, Tillin. I wish, bro. Unfortunately, ChatGPT can't do jack with anything over 2,000 characters. So if I copy and paste that whole thing, it won't know what to do with it. It gets really wonky. So I had to literally feed it in sections and give it context, and then ask it to put it all together. Maybe I can just do that behind the scene. I can add this last part in, because then I can say, all right, now ChatGPT, I want you to go ahead and put all of those parts together and summarize it into one page thing. How's that sound? I can do that behind the scenes. Yep, character limit. It's don't do that. And it's also hard to guess what is 2,000 characters, right? What are these goals? Okay, I think this is a good way to go about it. So I have it working behind the scenes, doing this. I'm not going to keep reading its little sectional. Well, I'll keep reading its sectional pieces, but I'll keep adding it behind the scenes. And then once it's done, I will say, ChatGPT, summarize all that into one page, and then we'll read that. That sounds good. I did like doing a little bit of it. Man, they really are wordy, aren't they? I think one thing I don't need it to summarize, by notion of vote, completed on February 21st, the committee, again, this is true last time, unanimously approved the minutes. Wait, that's the minutes of the meeting. That's actually not important. I thought I was saying the interest rate hike. All right, part 5 continued. And then after that, we will get the complete summary. And while I allow my AI overlords to do all the work for us, I can read the chat. Still generating. So what's up, Crow? How you doing, man? Applegate Experience, good to see you. The In-Between, Binance Financer, Greg Zilla, of course. Who else is here? We have 1,000 votes. 38% thinking these notes are a little hawkish. I think they're chirpowed. That FTX is a joke. What's up, Urban KO? What about it? Chat GPT, what am I doing here? The In-Between. We are going over the Fed's notes from the last FOMC meeting. They can be very lengthy and dry. I was having ChatGPT summarize, but it was really still very long. And maybe cut it down from like 11 pages to like 6. So right now, while I'm interacting with the chat a little bit, ChatGPT's finishing up its thoughts, and I'm going to tell it finally to put this all in one page, so I can actually read this to you guys. Everyone's here. No one's smashing the like. Exactly, nomadic. F ChatGPT, Shep Jones. That's blasphemy. That's blasphemy. I don't know how you got past that filter. You should not be able to. YouTube should not let you put that F word in there. No F bombs. What's up, Senor Scoops? 5% license to burr. True dat. 5% license to burr. Let's see who's here. If you're here today, and especially if you've received a gift membership from Lord Jarky of Crown Town, put an emoji in the chat. Let me know you're here. Let's get some shout outs going. Wallace, it finishes. Jordan May, okay. It did. Okay, now summarize all parts into one page. There we go. Now summarize all parts into a one-page summary. It's interesting. You got to learn how to talk to AI. But let me know you're here. Let me do some shout-outs. I don't know if anyone's subscribed yet. I probably have the alerts turned off. I do. Let me see. Did I miss anything? IR Brandon resubbing. He says, all love to the community. We're all going to make it. Thank you, Jockey, for the memberships. Much love. Right on. Henry Ridgway subscribed. Urban KO, love the channel. Great content, Tom. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Raspberry B subscribed. DV Gang subscribed. Anonymous subscribed. Hopefully the anonymous decentralized group. That'd be cool. Notice me, Anonymous. Eric Wallen, Tim Woodgate, Tillin McPooch. Great name. If you're out there and you haven't subscribed yet, hit the button. Join us. We are racing Bitcoin to 100,000 and we are winning. But we can only do that with your help. In just moments, we will have the quick excerpt summary of the FOMC minutes. And I will share them with you. And I'm not going to lie, this is looking way better. This is looking so much better. Look at how much I had to do, how much like coaxing I had to do to get it to do this. Like I had to feed it so much information just to get this. Just to get a one-pager. So it's almost done. It's taking its time. It's doing good work. But you're here. I want to shout you out. I want to shout you out especially if you subscribe. I see 2 for 1, AB Lee, Alan Armstrong, Alex New, Alan Daniel, Alton Henderson, Almandio Silva, Andrew C, Anti BK, Anthony Soprano, Arham Sajid, Arnold Exit Games, Bayazit Akigaz, Black Sails. My ancestors were pirates. Fun fact about Tom Crown you don't know. Brandon F, Brandon Keys, CK, Christian Cope 420 blaze it. If we don't have 420 likes yet, it's a disgrace, guys. It'd be a disgrace. I assume we do. What's up, Corey? Craigton CO is here. Cody Codes, my DJ man. How you doing? Crow, Crypto Gamer, Crypto X Gamer. Crypto needs Red Bull. Yes, it does. Crypto Paper Root, Crypto Slowjo, Crypto Stevo. It's funny how many of these names rhyme. Love you guys. Dale Russell, Dondi, David Brum. I always avoid saying your name because I say it wrong. David B, my man, David B. David Danmeyer, D. Grote, Gregory, Dev Shetty, Dibsy, DJ, Donato Cabrera, Elvin, David, Valentine, Fogley, FOMO Sapien, FUD Expert, Dr. Crypto, G. Giddy, Gray, Netsui. I'm not shouting you out again, Greg Zilla. Hold up. Hog 1, Hugo Miguel, Ivan1381, Janet Yellen. Janet Yellen's here. What do you think about these minutes, Janet Yellen? I need your insights. Jeff Player. Jman54497. I'm just going to go with first names now. I see John Arklow, Jonah Plainclothes, Joseph Novak, Josh Raphael, Joes, Justin Joy, Justin Todd. What's up, man? Carleek, Kevin VJ, King Ed, Crunk, CL Saint, loading name, LT, Luke John, Madcat Pat, Mad Cal, Marco, Mark Sanji, Mark Seal, MMM Star, and Mr. Andy Walk. What's up, dude? NW, Nathaniel Binder, NBF Forum, Netstar, Nomadic Life, Nomad with Guitar. You guys should be friends. Odo Y2K, Otaku Wannabe, Paul Sinclair, Precision Metalwork, Psychedelic Astronaut, Queen. What's up, Queen? I see you everywhere. You are the Queen. Randy Abigit, Richard Choi, Rigoberto Gonzalez, Rodolfo Arango, Roland Wishers, Roland 69ers, Rowboat, Roy, Rubber Duck Films, Ryan Tucker. And we got more subscribers. I love it. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Scotty Too Hottie. Scotty doesn't know. I won't make that joke again. Scene IDB, Second Blood, Shep Jones, my boy Shep. My boy Shep. Shep, send me on Discord a link. Send me that link again. And somebody's ready. Sushi's ready. What's up, Sushi? How you doing, brah? Second Blood, Sherlovsky, Sheriff, Skip Factor, Sock Insanity, Sony G, Spiral Doc, Sprowix, Stonehenged, also where my ancestors are from. Subfloor Dweller, Sue Deep, how you doing, Sue Deep? Sukrat, Sushi, Seed, Hasban, TND Tesla, what's up, Mike? Tala Salim, 10 pence, of course, Pickle, our man, Thomas Elhurt. I'm just to the T's, come on. I can do it. Tiago, Tillin, Tim Woodgate, Travis Harris, Typical Dave, Udit, Unfunny Angry A-Word. Urban KO, already got you. Venom Hex, Vesemir, my man, how you doing? Water Swig, Wendell, Wolfman, 8 My Crypto, XMMGX, ZH the Low, something in Hebrew I can't read, something in maybe Korean I can't read, and then something in maybe Chinese I can't read. What's up, Howard Tube? I try to get everybody. What's up, Diego? Subscribe and shout out to you, expert of COC tricks. Clash of Clans? I used to play that game. Shano Max subscribed during that. Mr. Chill subscribed. Daniel Rock subscribed. Right on. I love it. If I missed you, it's because you said something after I started reading it. Went alphabetically. I'm not doing it again. That's too many words. Too many words. Okay, our summary is done. Let us readeth the summary. Let us readeth the summary. We're going to pull up the chart here. I wonder if I zoom in. There we go. We're going to read the summary. Video capture device enabled. We're going to do this fancy split screen, because we don't want to miss none of that action. Volatility so far has been relatively low, at least for what we've seen in the past. Little split screen skis for you. I'm doing this all live. I'm a one-man show, everybody. Cut me some slack. These are on the 1 minute. So if anything happens, we will see the movements. Keep an eye. There we go. So here's our final summary that we had to produce slowly. So FOMC convened March 21st to discuss the U.S. economic outlook. Key points discussed. Economic situation. The U.S. economy experienced a slowdown in growth during the late 22s and early 23s. This slowdown was attributed to several factors, including supply chain disruptions, elevated inflation, and labor market tightness. However, job gains picked up and unemployment rate remained low. Financial markets. Financial conditions in the U.S. tightened due to recent developments in the banking sector. The stock market experienced declines. Corporate bonds spreads widened, and there was an increase in volatility. Additionally, the U.S. dollar strengthened against major currencies. The banking sector faced challenges due to recent events. Losses in commercial real estate were expected to affect banks, but their overall capital position remained strong. The Federal Reserve continued to monitor developments and potential spillover effects on the broader economy. International developments. The global economic outlook improved in early 23. Okay, so this was... maybe I was mistaken. With China's rapid reopening and Europe's resilience to the energy price shock caused by the war in Ukraine. However, tightening financial conditions abroad and increasing core inflation in many foreign economies led to continued monetary tightening by foreign central banks. Economic outlook, the staff, I wish it would have just done this right away, but it doesn't seem capable. The staff projected a mild recession, as we discussed earlier, followed by a recovery in the subsequent 2 years. Real GDP growth in 24 expected to remain below potential output growth, with resource utilization in product and labor markets being much less tight. Core inflation expected to slow sharply in the next year. PCE price inflation near 2%, we said that earlier, into 24-25. The FOMC, this is the big part. Members agreed to raise the target range for federal funds 4 3/4 to 5% to support the goals of maximum employment. That's what we saw, of 2% in the long run. Anticipated policy firming to be necessary to return to 2%. Agreed that the reserves holding of treasuries and agency debt, agency mortgage-backed securities as previously announced. Next steps. The FOMC, as we always hear, will closely monitor the incoming, we heard this from Tom-Pow, incoming information and assess the implications for monetary policy. They will prepare to adjust the stance and appropriate if risks emerge that could impede the attainment of the committee's goals. Boring. You guys want to ask ChatGPT something crazy now? So, let's say make wild economic predictions for the stock market, Forex, and cryptocurrency based only on this summary. Let's see if it'll feed us something spicy. Something I do want to remember or remind you guys. Ooh, we have a little red on Bitcoin, a little red on stocks, a little red on green, or a little red on green, a little red on the dollar, but relatively no change to any of them since these minutes came out. We do see that may be changing in this moment. Let me zoom in while ChatGPT whips up some conspiracies for us. As looks like stocks have hit a lower low since the announcement. Bitcoin hadn't until this minute, and the dollar is actually right back to where it was. Ooh, ChatGPT is making us some spiciness. It's really going off. Coming up with. Let's see. Make this small. I'll leave it there. It's not a bad spot for it. I know you won't really be able to read what is put here, but I'll do it for you. Please note that these predictions are purely speculative and should not be taken as financial advice. That also goes for everything I say, guys. Remember, I'm just a dude who loves charts and crypto. I'm not a guru. I don't know the future. I play probabilities. I'm more like a poker player than I am a fortune teller. But ChatGPT also says that. So the stock market, here's what it says. These are its wild predictions. The stock market may continue to face volatility and potential declines as a result of the projected mild recession and tighter credit conditions. Gradual economic recovery in the subsequent years might lead to a rebound in... These are not wild. Benefiting from supply chain disruption. That's not a wild prediction at all. Get out of here. I'm going to tell it to make them more wild. Make them more wild, ChatGPT. I want more wild. By the way, guys, this is the fancy ChatGPT. This is ChatGPT 4. I have to pay for it. So this is the premium. Forex. The US dollar could strengthen further against major currencies as the Reserve continues to raise interest rates in response to inflationary pressures. I wonder if these aren't so wild because it doesn't have what's happened since then. Let's see if it gets anything spicy, though. Mild recession were to be more than severe or anticipated, or the recovery slower, the dollar could face downward pressure due to market uncertainty, potential shifts in global capital flows. Cryptocurrencies might experience heightened volatility as markets react to the changing economic landscape. They could potentially benefit, I like that, from increased investor interest in alternate asset classes in the times of stock market uncertainty. However, that's not wild. Make them more wild. Ooh, here we go. A sudden surge in technological breakthroughs. You know what's creepy is, to my knowledge... I'll reserve that till the end. A sudden surge in technological breakthroughs could lead to a new wave of unicorn startups, cough, AI cough, causing the stock market to skyrocket and create an unprecedented bull market. Now we're talking ChatGPT. By the way, guys, we told ChatGPT to take the notes, summarize them. We read that, and then we told them to draw some crazy conclusions, and then we told it to draw even crazier conclusions. So this is not financial advice. In fact, it's probably mostly gibberish, but it could be interesting. I like what it's saying now, causing the stock market to skyrocket and create an unprecedented bull market. Conversely, or up or down, basically, a major global crisis such as widespread cyber attack on. There we go. This is getting spicy. Conversely, a major global crisis such as a widespread cyber attack on financial systems could lead to a massive stock market crash that dwarfs any previous downturns. ChatGPT, bringing the spice here, man. Holy doom. Holy doom. I like this. I think I lost my spot. Forex, a large-scale geopolitical shift, such as a new global reserve. Guys, I did not tell it to say this stuff. I just said make it more wild. I didn't say talk about these things. I didn't say any of this. Let's make this smaller so you guys can see more of it. There we go. Wow. ChatGPT, a large-scale geopolitical shift such as a new global reserve currency emerging or a major economy adopting an entirely new monetary system could drastically alter the Forex market. This could result in wild swings in exchange rates, with the US dollar experiencing extreme fluctuations as global investors reassess their currency allocations. I promise we can be done if you guys are bored of ChatGPT after this, but I want to see what it says about crypto because it's gotten us some spice. A sudden and widespread global adoption of cryptocurrencies could lead to a meteoric rise in their value. It's interesting because now almost all three answers are kind of alluding to the same thing, in my opinion. Maybe it's biased. Making early adopters extraordinarily wealthy. It did make this way spicier. On the other hand, an unanticipated global crackdown on cryptocurrencies could result in a sudden crash, causing a massive loss of value and confidence in the market. Alternatively, a new digital asset class, an entirely new digital asset class might emerge, capturing the interest of investors and rendering traditional cryptocurrencies obsolete. Well, I will give it to ChatGPT. It did deliver. I asked it to make it wilder. It made it much more wild. So that was interesting. I don't know. If you guys like that, maybe we'll do that again at some point. We're always pivoting. We're always trying to make the content different. Let's close the poll and see if you liked that. So 39% say summary format. Yes, no. Yes, but less. GPT. But I would if it was shorter. There we go. Let's just see what you have to say. So spicy. So guys, you're all here. You've all smashed the like button. You've all subscribed, I hope. You've all checked out the links in the video description below. Signed up using my link. We are going to be giving away a little bit of money. And just a little bit here. Let me see. Craig C. Crypto is dead in the wake of a new super crypto. Bad news? No, so anyone who just tuned in randomly in the middle of that, we've done this format a little differently. We heard from a very special guest, Tom-Pow, earlier. He filled us in. We then, in the moment the Fed minutes were published, we broke them down with ChatGPT, which is actually a much harder task than you would imagine. We had it break it down, summarize it, and it was still very lengthy, and so we had it take all of the summaries and then summarize the summaries into one summary, which I think was more succinct and better. And then I asked it to draw some wild conclusions. It didn't really draw wild conclusions. So I said, take the conclusions you made and make them more wild. And I think those ones were pretty wild. I kind of like it. But we're going to get into these charts. You guys liked it. 76%. We have 200 votes. It seems people like that the summary format. Vote now or forever hold your peace. Since the minutes published, and this is why I kind of continued and didn't pivot into charts, almost no volatility. At the publish, Bitcoin was trading at 30K. It is now at 29,983. That's the exact same price for what I'm concerned. The dollar was trading at 1015. It's dipped down a little bit, but it's at 1015 now. Interestingly, the only thing we see that's made a move of really any significance looks like the stock market. Now, we are very zoomed in. These are the 1 minute candles, and so it might not be that big of a change. 0.5%, about 0.5% down. Let's look at some higher time frames so we can get a little more perspective. Stocks looking like they're trading just inversely to the dollar. Normal. And Bitcoin as well. The thing that does catch my eye, though, is stocks do seem, and they have seemed since the start of this, to be moving a little bit more. We've seen Bitcoin moving down, so we can even see here on the 15-minute chart, we have a little green candle. I'm not saying it's going to keep going up or it'll even close green, but as opposed to stocks, virtually just solid body candle. This is showing that stocks are being weighed down by whatever this influence is, at least in a more significant way than Bitcoin at this moment. I think that's the conclusion I can draw. Stocks do look like they're approaching their daily low, which is just a few points away. We're going to look, let's pull into the chart. I do want to see what you guys have to say. What's up, Gavrilo P? First dump. What are you guys thinking, dump or pump? Dump or pump for Bitcoin today? Let's put it in the chat. I want to know what you guys think. I would do that as the poll, but we just put a poll up. What's up, Valentine Iguedebia? Subscribing. Both. Dump, pump. Xcoin. Dixie making a megaphone. Interesting. So we have 1 pump, 2 dumps. Both. Pump. We have, so it's 2 to 2. Pump, dump, pump. Dump, pump, dump. Pump, dump, dump, pump, pump. I should get into beatboxing. Pump. I'm seeing more pumps than dumps. What do you think? 300 votes. I kind of want to do the pump or dump vote. 750 likes. 2,300 viewers. 2,300 viewers. 750 likes. Guys, if we get that to 1,000 likes right now, we'll give away we'll give away $500. $500. How's that sound? It's 237. If we can get to 1,000 likes before 245. In reality, we could get to 1,500 likes right now, like in 2 seconds if people just hit the button. But if we get to 1,000, and there we go, 825, we're gonna get there. We'll give away 500 instead of 100. How's that sound? How does that sound? Sounds pretty good. All you have to do, if you are new here, all you have to do to be eligible. So what we do is you have to sign up for Fairdesk using my link. There's no KYC. Do not sign up multiple times and attempt to game the system. They won't allow me to give you. They won't allow you to win. And honestly, you shouldn't win. You shouldn't win if you're trying to game this system. But you sign up using my link. That's it. Once you log in, if I can log in here to mine. See if I can easily log in here. There we go. Easily logged in. Might as well show you my trades too, eh? All right. So after you've logged in, all you have to do when you've signed up using my link is click this little universal user button, and it will say your email, and then it will say user ID. So what you need to do is put that ID along with a message in a comment on the previous stream. I heard a ding, but it didn't say anything. Philip J. Fry, my man, subscribed over on Twitch. I don't know how people are still finding that Twitch, but hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's all you have to do. So we can't, there's no other like fair way to do it like in this one. Like I don't have a thing that can pull comments from the live randomly, which probably wouldn't be fair anyway. So let me give you these instructions. I'll give you the link too. So on the last live stream, which was this one, Bitcoin Spicy Pump. Let me see. Here we go. Like NBF forum right here. Great stream, Tom. User ID right there. Tom's dog needs his own shades. Thanks, TC. User ID right there. For this giveaway, did we get 1,000? 900. Oh, yeah, we're cutting it. We're cutting it real close. We got a lot of people out there. We're just riding the coattails of others when it comes to the likes. 911 likes now. We have 5 minutes. We can do it. You have to comment on the previous one. So if you want to be eligible for next live stream's giveaway, when this one is over, you do the same. So essentially, just make a habit of commenting after the live on every live, a message and your user ID, and then you'll always be eligible. Easy peasy. Easy cheesy peasy. That's it. That's it. Making sure. YouTube loves holding comments. I have to make sure I approve them. Cool, I see a few people putting them in. Word. Crab for show. Cam froze? Are you effing me? Are you effing me? I'm so angry. Why does it do this? Why? Why do you do this to me? YouTube? It's not YouTube. Huh. Huh. Give me a minute, guys. Hey there, guys. It's like I'm on South Park. Ha ha ha. That sucks. I might be able to fix it. I've had some luck doing this, like, really janky method. That didn't work. That was a fail. Give me... Don't go anywhere. We're still here. We're still here, fam. Ooh, maybe that was why. There might have been a unique reason this time. Oh, wow. Interesting. Huh. Oh, no. Oh, no, that's not good. That's not bueno. Let me see. I promise I won't spend forever doing this. Nope. We're just SOL. Wow. Big fail. I think I need to buy like a new camera. There's something weird going on. Something very weird going on. Here's what I will do for you guys. So we're not done streaming. We still haven't done TA yet. Like for real, right? We're like not even start. Here's what I will do for you guys. I kind of wish that image was still there. I'm just gonna upload no, that one doesn't have background. What if I just put like this here? Would you guys be like convinced by it? Like, yeah, I'm just down here talking. I don't know. F it. Let's do a little TA. I did want to share with you guys. We get 1,000. That's what I was waiting for. 938. We have literally not. We have 1.5 minutes. 2,000 people here. We only need to get to 1,000 likes. We can do it. 940. 60 more. There's got to be. There's at least 1,100 people out there who haven't liked. I'll try to forget about it. Give you guys a little bit more time. I thought that was reasonable. So yeah, I'll update you on my trades that I have. I did look to open a little bit of short yesterday. I didn't feel super comfortable. You can see I have some limit orders higher. This isn't because I was necessarily bearish. Just the move up, there's something about it where I felt I needed to hedge just a wee. You can see down here, I don't have a huge position open. My entries were 30.3 thousand, 30.1 thousand, and they're 11%, 5% profit. Really insignificant. Absolutely just like insignificant at the moment. I'm probably gonna move this stop down to just above yesterday's high, which is gonna look at like 30.6. I'm gonna do that for both right now, just because I'll forget. Here we go. There we go. I still do have, which I'll have to freaking pull up. Shout out to ChatGPT. Shout out to my Sony camera that now just seems to like freeze up every other day. Every freaking day. Okay, cool. So I actually didn't know if my long had gotten completely stopped out or not. I had this long open on the last stream. You can ignore all the marks and stuff on here. I had this open on the last stream. It was in some hefty profit. I did share on I shared on Twitter and in the Discord. I added to this. I have taken some profit. We're still up 126%. That's a 400 USD profit on this trade at the moment. So we have a long and a short. We're schlonging, and they're both in profit. Of course, because on this channel, I don't hide anything from you. We did this at the end of March. This account was up 40%. I'll do it again at the end of the month and show you all of them. But you can see I TP'd a little bitties here at 30.1, 30, 29.9, 29.7. Those were actually stops. I split up this long position into stops. And you can see down here, total equity, almost 2,000, just under 2. This account was 1,000 March 1st. By the end of March, it was 1,400. And we're now, with this open position, looking at a 2x of that account since March 1st. Not too shabby. Not a lot of changes there. Stop loss on here. I'm almost certainly going to get sniped at 29.5. I'm just okay with that. This was a high leverage position. I opened very aggressively in a way I definitely don't typically recommend. I went 21x on almost this entire account. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not good. I'm just going to go ahead and turn the camera off since it's not working and take my sunglasses on so I'll be able to see. But just because the camera's frozen doesn't mean you should stop subscribing and stop hitting the like button. Keep the engagement up. We got 1,000 likes. There we go. All right. There we go. We got 1,000 likes, so let's give away some money. What do you guys think about that? There's the trades that are open. We'll get into the TA. Not going to lie, though. There's not a ton to be done. There was surprisingly little volatility into these notes. We've seen some big moves. Of course, the FOMC meetings being the real big movers. The notes, though, I think the last stream, we had some pretty good volatility on them. At the moment, basically, dollar is flat, maybe slightly up from when they released. Looks like stocks and Bitcoin down, but not a huge loss, just slightly down. Just down a wee. Down a wee. Here we go. Let's get our random comment picker up. And we're going to give away some money, baby. He's ready. So, I can never tell how quickly my affiliate agent manager-y person will get back to me. Sometimes it's instant, sometimes it's not. I'm going to just send them a message. Are you here? And we're going to pick a winner. We're going to pick a winner. I said 500. So let's do, what do you guys think? What if we just do two 250 winners? How's that sound? Give away 5 $100 winners? 5 100 says Dean Putin. Who agrees or disagrees? One lump. 5 of 1. Dean, you're the only one saying 5 of 1 though. Don't spam it. Jobez 5 of 1. 500 Jesse. 1 lump. Split it. 5 of 1. 5. Don't spamming it doesn't help. I'm trying to see like unique responses. You know what? This poll was good. We'll do it this way. This way we can actually do a little TA. We're just going to do it on a poll. Because I can't tell who's spamming. 5 100. How else can we do it? Like 2, 250, 1, 500. I'm not going to lie. I like the splitting it up. I think it's more winners equals more fun. I appreciate you putting it in the chat, but I couldn't read it. Vote in the poll above. That's going to be the final. You have, it's 2:48 at maybe at 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, whatever's in the lead, or if one thing is in the lead the whole time, we'll just go with that. So let's do a little TA. Let's do a little TA, guys. Remember there? It took her gerbs. Not to beat a dead horse, but we've been looking at this pattern since March, and I keep deleting the image there. Keep deleting the image, but there you go. We've been looking at this pattern literally since March. The equivalent was we were looking for it like right here. Make sure you guys can see. Right here around this pattern, or around here. I shared this on BitBoy's AM stream, which I think I'm on again tomorrow, actually. Weirdly enough, I'm going to have something to brag about. But we're looking for a bullish megaphone pattern, basically described by 3 touches to the top of a ascending trend, 2 touches to the bottom of a descending trend, and then a break. After the break, what you look for is a measured move and a return to that trend. So on the 27th of March, we did return to that trend. What? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breakout, back test. So this is what I'm following. No, don't fix it if it isn't broken, right? So far, it has fit this pattern exactly. Now, again, there's no such thing as certainty in trading. Trading is all probability. It's like playing poker. You don't always get the best hand. Sometimes someone can win with the hand that's worse, right? There's no certainty. But as long as this is in play, I don't see why I would deviate from it. Things are looking pretty decent. Now, we did have a little pullback here from our high yesterday. Oh, how do we go? 30.6, we'll call it. Now, this white line was a guesstimate. not a guesstimate. It was calculated this way. This is how I got my targets by using the Fibonacci extension. This is the 1618. 2 measured move is sitting above. And what I don't like, honestly, though, is it seems everyone's looking at this number. That's 32,000-ish, we'll say. It seems like everyone is looking at 32,000-ish. Unfortunately, if everyone's looking at it and we go there, we're going to get something weird. We're going to get something weird. So, because it's so expected, it is incredibly unlikely that we see a clean retracement back to maybe 30 and then, you know, like stair-stepping up. I could see on a solid run to 32.6-ish, I could see a pretty big retracement. I could see a pretty strong retracement come into play. Where are we? Right here. We're here on the live stream of Tom Crown. You're tuned in. Let's see. These are the two kind of outcomes. The only like I said, it's not broken. Don't fix it. Why deviate? Totally still in that mindset. The problem is it isn't broken, but everyone's looking at it, and that always makes me uncomfortable. So this is what I think would be the most painful. Honestly, something like this. A move to 32. A retracement down. The 200 weekly moving average was untested as support. It doesn't have to be. There's no guarantees. But if this plays out, we would see about a 20% downside. That would clear all late longs on leverage above 5x. Likely baiting in shorts as well as it breaks that descending or ascending trend line that we tested as support. Wouldn't even be surprised to see a little trading below. There's likely some stops down here at 23.7. That would be a little deeper retracement. Sweep liquidity, engineer it, and then I would expect to see a move even higher. And what I like about that is it then even mirrors what we've seen back here. We have a high, a pullback, a higher high into a lower low, which typically is bearish, but resolved as this bullish megaphone. And then it would almost be the exact same thing, wouldn't it? It would be a fractal if that happened. I don't have any evidence of this, and I'm going, you know, I don't have anything on the chart that's going to suggest that, but I wanted to share that with you as I think that becomes more likely, at least as people expect 32,000. That is definitely what I can say with confidence. Let's do that. We'll just make a new chart because I'm going to like contradict what I just said. To my knowledge of last night, after looking over the charts, things were looking very, very bullish on bigger time frames. And it should still be true. Looking at the weekly here. Nice little candle. This isn't the most ideal setup. It's interesting. We were talking about having 3 weekly dojis in a row and how that's not a good take. Well, there you go. Good example of TA is not about knowing. It's about probability. We had 3 doji closes. That's not a great sign after a big move up. And here we are on our next weekly candle breaking highs significantly. It's interesting. Looking at market cipher B. So freaking close. We're still not there. This is just like the boy who cried wolf. We're looking for this weekly to roll over. We have been in negative money flow on the weekly since April. All the way back here. All the way back here. Which is conveniently right at my target. Like right at where, well, unfortunately now everyone's looking at this target. I'm getting worried, guys. Usually people don't catch on to our analysis until like much later. People have caught on to it very early, and now like everyone's parroting this, and now I feel like I have to change. I feel like it almost can't come true because so many people are looking at it. However, to show you the significance of this rollover, we got the weekly rolled over to the downside. We saw money flow in the red. That's what brought us to this low. So say next week, potentially this week if there's a big enough move, whenever it rolls over, we might expect a move like this in the other direction, which is hella spicy because we're already up here at 30K. I mean, 48K, I think almost seems like a low ball when you think of it in these terms. But there are definitely other terms and ways to think about it. I just wanted to highlight kind of how big that is. Since all the way back at 48K, we have had negative money flow in the week. And that may change as soon as this week, more likely next week. On the day, looking good again. The daily was looking very, very, very bad in early April. But it looks like it's pulled a miracle. And we did, if you've been following every live stream, we did have a little sign that this might be true. And we'll get down to that next. The daily is a little beastly right now. Momentum is up. VWAP is pulling back, but money flow is back in the green. Back in the green, baby. Back in the green. I want to see that VWAP move back up. But momentum is doing something really interesting here. We have seen this across a bunch of time frames over the last few months. We're getting kind of this angled inverse head and shoulders that's been leading us higher. Really, the green money flow is what makes me excited, is because this was so very threatening in early April. To see that resolved is great. Not the best condition with this VWAP, but on the 12-hour, we have the spice. The 12-hour was on this channel our guide. It's been such a perfect guide. At the start of December, money flow began into a bullish trend. We saw that apex, and according to at least the way I read charts, pretty much around here. Technically, we could have... what happened? Technically, we could have read it earlier, but I don't want to make that claim because I don't remember. But right here, absolutely, this is where we saw it roll over. So this is like similar to the things we're just looking at on the day and the week. Money flow gave us its signal. It was positive, but it's going to look to go negative. It did take a while. It did bring us to a lower low. And things got a little murky here. I'd say around here. Right around there. Got a little murky. We traded sideways. 12-hour is now back in a very bullish condition. It is, and this might line up with the day though. It's in a very bullish condition with its money flow, but it is giving us shorter rolling over signs, which is almost even what we saw on the VWAP on the day. So I love this. 12 hours again leading price. But it is, along with the day, suggesting some kind of retracement. Some kind of retracement. Hopefully lower time frames will give us more insight. Kind of the same thing on the 6-hour. You have that momentum rolling over. You have a rounded money flow. The 4-hour is the first contradiction. So momentum is coming down on all time frames, which might make sense because this is a very explosive rally. But money flow is doing something different. It's actually putting in a higher high here with price not really moving. So might have a little bit more upside. Maybe on the 4, that's making... That's kind of what I'm seeing. That would be too easy, though. I almost refuse to accept it. The 4-hour would be suggesting maybe a little more continuation here, but then it runs into the 12 in the day, and I don't know if it has what it takes to get through. The lower time frames are beautiful. The 2-hour, higher high as well, very different from pretty much anything above the 4-hour we looked at so far. 1 hour, maybe some problems here with the lower high. Hourly looks like it's kind of rolling over. 30-minute looks like it's, or 45-minute looks like it's rolling over. So does the 30. Yeah, man, I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to be wrong here, but at least on my take from what I'm looking at today, that looks about right. That looks about right. In this range, let's just connect our dots here. Yes, and then we'll do the giveaway. Make sure you voted, because we're going to do whatever you guys decide. Doesn't this look familiar? What is with this? The whales, the market makers, man, they are just like, they're just like paint and diamondy stuff. You have like a high and then a lower high. We have a low and then a lower low. I wonder, could we possibly see another like fake out diamond paint? Like we've seen over and over and over and over and over and again, like just on repeat here, these diamonds. Like, I hope not. I need a new pattern. I need a new pattern. original high. We see two wicks above our original high. So what does that mean? Basically, shorts get stopped out. New shorts were stopped out. Longs likely baited. Let's say our original low 3 hours ago, we saw a wick below that, likely clearing out stops on the long side. So we have both sides of the market wrecked. Very symptomatic of a diamond. Let's be real. We've seen this happen in almost all the price action recently, clearing of leveraged positions. And that's why earlier in the stream, I did bring this up. I'll show it again if I can find the tab, which I never seemingly can do. Too many tabs, guys. Too many tabs. I like using queenglass.com. It's free. I don't even know if they sell anything. They don't pay me, but I like using it. It's a good site for data. Funding across the board is negative. That's a bullish sign. I don't know what QueenX is smoking. Doesn't look like it's smoking that 420. Smoking something else. That funding is wild. What's good, though, and a change from last time we've seen this, is there's no positive funding. Binance is neutral. BitMEX is neutral. But everywhere else is negative. That's a good sign for some upside. My only issue would be, do we just return to this descending trend and then come back down and then continue out on this game, on this freaking diamond game? I don't know, but we have enough votes now, so let's see. What did you guys decide? 60% want 5. Wow. Votes are coming in. Maybe it's because I just refreshed, but all of a sudden it like went up a bunch of votes. 502 votes. 60% of us want 5 winners, so 5 winners we will pick. 5 winners we shall pick. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. That is the correct URL. Includes replies. No, anything goes. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick 5 winners. Okay, the person is here, so they will be able to confirm if there's any people trying to cheat. Let's pick a winner. Psychedelic Astronaut, my man. I don't think he's a cheater, because he's been around forever. The man, Tom-Pow. Congrats, Psychedelic Astronaut. I will say, guys, while you are allowed to win more than once, like Psychedelic Astronaut could win next stream too. I'm gonna say no double winning when we're doing it. Like if it picks his comment again, I don't think that he should win again. He can win tomorrow, next day. But let's go with like 5 unique winners today. Joe McGuire. Joe McGuire. I feel like we're playing what? Bingo. B4. Joe McGuire. Thanks for the uploads. Thank you, Joe McGuire. Let's go. Blind Wanderer. Come on, first try. Well, first tries are rewarded. First tries are rewarded, my friend. Congrats to you. 2 more winners. If you haven't won yet, don't worry. Don't worry. 2 more chances. Let's see. Anyone real quick commented? Yep. There's a few comments here. I did this before, but I guess these are all from the last 20 minutes. Cool. Proved a few more just in case. Ooh, Chinggis K. There's a name I recognize. Mr. Chinggis. Congratulations, Mr. Chinggis. 1 final winner. Are you ready? Now, well, you Deshka Darshani. Could you get your gift? You're sorry you didn't catch the live streaming. I don't know if we picked it and you didn't have a user ID there or something, my friend. But again, it seems we've picked your comment and you don't have a user ID there. So fortunately, that doesn't count. We're going to have to go for 1 more. Smash the like buttons if you want it to be you. Catcharoo 22 is our 5th winner. I'm asking her to check them. She's going to check them for me. She's going to make sure we don't have anyone trying to abuse it because they won't let them win. But congrats to all 5 of our winners today. And if she says any of them are invalid, then we'll pick another winner, etc. or roll it over to the next stream as we've done before. So Bitcoin, it's weird. It's moved up. It's made new highs, but it really it's just not that spicy today. I kind of was expecting yesterday to be the boring day after the move up on the 10th. It looks like today's kind of the boring day. The indecision candle, as we say here. I'm actually going to get rid of these trends because they're not super helpful. What I am going to do is mark the bottom of today's candle. That's 29,657. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen price test that today, despite the lows. It came very close. Very, very close. While I'm seeing some heaviness on these lower time frames, that might be a logical spot to sweep some liquidity, stop out longs, etc. That might not be a bad spot to potentially. I might do this since I closed or had a bunch of my longs stopped out in profit. I may look to reopen a little bit of that here at 29.6. Problem is the stop is going to be really hard to determine. By the time you get into a good risk to reward, you're already like close enough to where you wouldn't want to be in it anyway, because your next liquidity or your next fair value gap is going to be sitting down here at 19.2 and then as far down as 28.4. So here's what I might do. Let's see. There we go. That's all efficient market action. That's all efficient price action. That's decently efficient. So this is actually what I might do. I will say I might do this only in the condition that my short stays open. So if my short stays open and price drops, I might look to re-enter pieces, piece by piece, of the long that I closed up here. Say something like this happens. Come down, fill that fair value gap. I may open it piece by piece. That sounds like about right. These are the values I'd likely be looking at just because we see inefficient price action. Again, though, we had a lot of efficiency back here in March, and so this very well may never be filled. 29.2 looks much more likely, as it has not been filled back in. And it's just, I was hoping for more spice. I still think today was spicy, even if it wasn't on the charts. It hasn't gotten back to me yet. So if you didn't win today, that's unfortunate, but there's so many more chances to win, guys. Make sure you subscribe, like, be in the Discord for extra opportunities coming in the future to win. But after this live stream, so if you want to win in the next giveaway, if you want to enter, you have to wait until this stream I'm talking in right now is over. If you're watching it in the future, you can comment. But once it's over, you'll be able to make a comment on the video after it's live. That's where you put your entry. If you put it on some random old live video, which seems to keep happening, I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. So if you want to win in the next one, comment after this one is live on this stream. I don't think I really expect anything today. It's weird because that was the day. This is like the big day. It's Wednesday, my dudes. It's hump day. Oh my, I just had one of those terrible moments where you say the date out loud and then your brain says, oh, aren't you forgetting something? Am I forgetting something? Holy shit. I hope not. Nah, I'm not good. All right, I'm just psyching myself out. Well, really, the only other topic I wanted to look at today was Ethereum. Ethereum has a Shanghai fork coming, or is today. I don't really think this is a huge thing. Ethereum unlocking, my only insignificant thought here for it is staked Ethereum unlocking is not bullish. It is not bullish, period. I don't care whatever argument you hear. You know, people are welcome to disagree with me, but there is no way, shape, or form that it is bullish. It does not mean that price has to go down. It is not doomy. It's not whatever. It's just, I don't know. Anyone trying to sell you that unlocking Ethereum that's been staked for years is bullish, I think is trying to sell you a basket of goods. Ethereum doesn't really seem like it's had much impact. I think the upgrade is live now. If it's not, it will be today. Really following the rest of the market, and we're just waiting for 2000 to be broken. We've been waiting for it forever. The good news is once you get past 2,000, you have a big area of inefficiency that price could look to fill very quickly. While you're under it, like we have been, you're very likely to continue seeing the same annoying price action. As soon as that high is retaken on August, what I like here is that high is also the very efficient price action we saw before the dump. You have virtually completely inefficient price action above 2,000. We'll call it 2,100. You're cleared for some pretty big numbers. I don't really even want to like yell at them. I don't want to yell about them. But if in fact Shanghai, whatever, is unlocking things, it doesn't seem to be impacting price. So as I said, it could be neutral, but I think it's really mostly just a nothing burger. Probably nothing we should get very excited about. Ethereum's rolling out upgrades, it seems pretty consistently for a long time. And honestly though, since they started rolling out the upgrades, if you look at the Bitcoin Ethereum chart, kind of seems like it's just been sideways versus Bitcoin. It's weird. Because I think the unlocks were back here. Or the locking up was like back here, wasn't it? In like 21? I'm losing track of time. There seems to be no change at all in these charts. YOLO. GBTC did hit our 1850 target. Filled its gap. Hit resistance. That was a good call, but really not a lot to reflect on there. I will share with you guys something I am keeping an eye on. Is MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy has my eye. At the moment, I like the setup on the weekly, but at the moment, I'm looking 361. 361 breaks. I think MicroStrategy very quickly comes back in alignment with its real value, in my opinion. Its real value, meaning how much assets it owns, which is Bitcoin. If it breaks 360, we're going to see that catch up. There's a lot of interesting pieces, a lot of interesting puzzle pieces at play. Stocks are in a sketchy spot here, coming off a higher low, haven't broken their higher high at the start of the year. No bearish divergence there on the day or on the week. That's good. Money flow actually very, very strong, similar to Bitcoin, about to roll over. Maybe ChatGPT was right. Maybe ChatGPT predicted the future for us live. It did say a potential explosive rally. I would like that. But it doesn't seem like it's coming today. Does not seem so. Does not appear. You know, we get such consistent spice on these streams. Although I'm like saying it's not spicy, and then literally in this like minute, maybe like in this last minute, stocks have hit a new low for the day, which in of itself is not really that special, but that was not true until a minute ago. So maybe it's spicing up. You guys know probably what it's waiting for. It really, looking at small time frames, it does look as if Bitcoin and the dollar and stocks, I mean, look right to here, April 12th at 12:30, I think this UTC, or 8:30 East. That was yesterday, right? Or today. That was this morning. I'm losing track of time. This catches my eye, though. It does look like all of our assets here kind of all priced this in, right? It looks like they already made the move. Bitcoin had that solid green candle. Dollar had a solid red candle down. Stocks, solid green candle up. It looks like they priced this in at 8:30 this morning, and maybe that's why we're seeing relatively low volatility. However, we do know that this channel is both blessed and cursed, and of course the blessings come from you guys. And the blessing is that we have the wonderful fam. There we go. I literally just got an alert as I'm saying this. Because I swear, the whales watch and they know. They're waiting for the stream to be over. I have a feeling as soon as we end the stream, it's going to move. And as I was wrapping up, you know, S&P 500 just broke its daily low. But maybe that's the explanation. As with everything I say to you guys, take it with a grain of salt. My only goal is to share my experience, share my knowledge so that you may benefit from it and that you may make better decisions going, you know, in the future. I'm always learning. I never claim to be right all the time. Nor am I right all the time, nor anyone. Do have some big numbers coming up tomorrow even. April the 13th, initial jobless claims. That's a big one. PPI is coming up. On Friday, we have retail sales. There's a bunch of spice. There we go. Stocks moving down. I said this earlier about stocks seeming to like be more exaggerating on the downside here. Stocks have broken their daily low where Bitcoin did not. Bitcoin's still hanging out above that low. But if we're going to say that Bitcoin follows stocks, which I don't personally think, nor go by, that would mean the number we were looking at earlier, down 29.6-ish or whatever, would be that equivalent move. So I'd keep an eye peeled for that. Not a lot else going on, guys. This was hella hype. We had God knows how many concurrent viewers. That's weird. God knows how many concurrent viewers. What in the F? For some reason... What the f... You guys see 814 watching, I think, right? Didn't I show you my side? Look at this. This is how buggy YouTube is. Look at concurrent viewers. For some reason, it tells me that we have 100 concurrent viewers. What the fudge? Which would make no sense to anything. And then it even says at the peak of this stream, we had 300? What? What the? Do you guys see why I'm constantly trolled by YouTube, though? Because I'm always getting one thing, and you guys are getting another thing. Stream is healthy, so we didn't disconnect or anything. But Fajata Blus. Even if you were bots, it still would show up here. So it's actually saying you're not even bots. It's saying you don't exist. How many of those gummies did you eat earlier, bro? Oh my. You're only supposed to eat one. If I were you, I'd go outside and grab the grass as hard as you can to prevent falling off the face of the planet, because that's how high you are, YouTube. Anyway, is what it is. I love you all. We'll be live again very soon, probably tomorrow. Jump in the Discord. Shout out to our sponsor, Fairdesk, Market Cipher. Also, join me in Bitcoin Miami, Bitcoin 23 Miami in May. Also, if you're in the EU, join me at NFT in Tallinn in Estonia. Those tickets are very cheap. They're like not even 100 euro versus BTC 23s are really expensive. But sign up using my link, help support the channel. Shout out to Lord Jarkey of Crown Town. We're going to get him his own special emoji. The man is amazing. I love you, fam. We got 1,000 likes. You all rock. I will see you soon. Crown out. Next time my camera won't freeze.